I remember Alec Williams saying that non-native fishermen would follow him out, so they'd know where the fish banks are. Eh? Because it was our people that knew them. This is when we're talking about when there was no electronic equipment. There was no compass. All you had was your motor and your steering wheel, and and you had to know all the landmarks offshore. So that's how we were able to introduce non-natives into offshore fishery. It was our people that taught them. And we think of for our Huu-ay-aht paddle song. It is, in a sense, a victory song. You're coming back down the river to reclaim what's yours. What is rightfully yours, you're going to go and get it back. And today we're in that same process. Today we're saying to non-native people, look, we want to restore these rivers. We want to replenish them because those are our rivers. We want to put fish back in there. It's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit me. So this is a victory for us because we're the ones that are singing the tune.
One of the things I want to remind the citizens of is it wasn't not long ago where we went through the treaty process and negotiated a treaty with the federal and provincial government. We were consulting heavily with our citizens all the way through the whole treaty process, and land selection was really important, and resources in our territory. And so we put a lot of effort into selecting land around fisheries values and cedar values and village sites and cultural sites and spiritual sites. It was very important that we did this in the right way to not forget how our land base sustained us for all those thousands of years of us being here. And so I'm really proud of the work that we've done with our citizens with the whole process, which now we're self-governing. We signed the treaty in 2011, and we have this opportunity to start incorporating our value system into the management plans in a way where it's never been done before.
When we talk about getting the value out of the forest, for me, again, I've seen the value is not necessarily just the dollars. The value is everything from the social, cultural, even the non-timber forest products. There's so much value you can get from a forest. Examples of non-timber forest products would be things like mushrooms, shellal, berries. There's all sorts of things that are out there that we want to make sure that people can harvest and use in their daily lives. So this is a small little land tenure that surrounds the Bantfield community and near Anakla. It's operated through a nonprofit society. We're currently building trails, and we've had harvesting happening. So really just a very small version of what we're trying to do across our lands. The Community Forest Partnership with Bantfield is an example of a partnership where Huu-ay-aht has say, Huu-ay-aht is able to provide their values. And this partnership's been around for over 20 years, and small scale, but really similar to the partnership that we're talking about. The IRMP is not only a way to bring our values to the table, but it's a way to ensure that our values are being met.
The Hišuk Integrated Resource Management Plan will give us the opportunity to work as Huu-ay-aht with citizen feedback and feedback from Ha'wia and everybody about what's important to them to ensure is being considered alongside these other values.
The driving force behind this is the Huu-ay-aht way. They're the ones that can talk in terms of ownership. It's their ahuułi. So they're saying to us, yeah, we're going to let you guys use our ahuułi, but we want you to take care of it. And we want you to do it in accordance with our values and our principles. So it is for them.
This process is exciting, and going through this work is exciting for us because it gives us a chance to look at what sustainable management will look like and know what's out there in our territory.
Talking about an integrated resource management plan, you take into account all the things that we spoke about earlier, about the citizens living out there, about the, industrial work going on, about transportation, about access to power, about water.
Wildlife, cultural medicine, spiritual places, historic cedar.
The environment is important to us. The rivers are important to us. The forest is important to us. The animals are important to us. We need to not exclude any of those while we're planning. We need to be inclusive of everything in our territory when it comes to planning forestry. Our citizens are saying that they want to see, a balance in and us be more sustainable around our forestry extraction.
We're working on it with some experts here and there, and I think it's just getting an inventory of what we have and, how everything is laid out right now. And get all that data down, and then we can start making decisions based on what we believe is right.
Integrated resource management planning is it's a process that allows everyone to understand how the forests are managed. It allows us to evaluate different values from riparian through to the economics of the land base, and to make informed decisions together as to what the future of that land base is, what the benefits can look like, and how we work together to be able to improve that management and to be able to affect change relative to those values.
It allows for you to start with identifying your values, understanding your objectives, coming up with some of these indicators and targets, and then running a bunch of scenarios through some computer models. And the computer models allow for us to see what the impacts of different treatments are and different approaches. And at the end of the day, there's going to be some compromises, some trade-offs that you're going to have to make. And so you have to understand where those are and what those might be. It provides for the ability of everybody to be involved, see what's going to happen, and understand it. Because as it is, without it, you kind of do things, and we do things that look good and they make sense. But from a bigger picture, how does it all fit together? Well, this builds that picture.
ʔuuʔałuk taken care of. I think that's what the integrated resource management plan is. ʔuuʔałuk is taking care of everything. Everything is connected. It goes right with all our 3 oaths that, be respectful and look after everything for future generations.
This integrated resource management plan it identifies exactly what ʔiisaak means. Everything is connected and everything is one. The crucial steps that our ancestors took in order for us to be where we are today is exactly what we're doing now. And I think that it's definitely investing in our people.
It's putting meaning into what our elders were trying to teach us. And I think that's what the younger people are saying too, because they're hearing the same message. But now we got to put it in a plan, put it on paper, make it happen. Hišuk matsawak, treat everything as one. ʔuuʔałuk, take care of whatever is in the land. And ʔiisaak, respect what's there. But when we get into the Mamatli style resource management, it's broad and it's big, it's huge, but important. But how do we integrate those two? Here's the ancient spirit and here's the modern mind. How do we mesh those together so that our people are feeling satisfied that we are truly integrating, the strengths of each of our cultures and our backgrounds?
I think it's long overdue, and we should have probably been doing it 50 years ago.
One of the things I want to take you back to is I want to take our citizens back to a time when we did Heart of the People and we're focusing heavily on the restoration and attention about the mismanagement and logging on in our territory and the devastation that's done to the Sreda River. Our chief counselor, Robert, he was our negotiator for our treaty at the time. Some of you may remember him making the statement saying, "Jump in our canoe" in that video.
That's a challenge I put to non-native people. Get in our canoe that says we're going to beat or exceed existing environmental standards. Come on, get in our canoe.
And this was at a time when we were ready to negotiating the treaty, and I used the analogy of us being on the sidelines looking in. We were on the sidelines looking in at that time. And now we're in present day, and I think about that work we're doing and the relationship building we're doing with governments and industry, and focusing on resources in their territory and building relationships. And all that effort has come to a good place for us now, where we have positive relationships today with industry and business, and we have a strong insight on what's happening in our territory, and we know the history of our territory. And this IRMP is definitely an example of the time we're in today, in regards to having everyone in our canoe today to help us manage resources, and we're leading the discussion on that. And it's a really good place to be, because for once now we could have a say on how resources and how our territory is managed. And we have fisheries experts, forestry experts, our knowledge holders, our hereditary chiefs, our leadership, and our citizens, all working together now. And we're not on the sidelines looking in.
I'm expecting my sons to realize the chance they have of working together with other nationalities to rebuild a river like this.
Preserve what we have for tomorrow's future.